Alright guys, Ben Harris here. I'm looking over my Dillon press that I bought a while back. 650 XL with the case feeder. And kind of got the bells and whistles with it. I got the deluxe package from Brian Enos. Had a pretty good deal on it. Came with that this here aluminum tray, the black stand, which works really well. Can't see how I could run it without it. I mean, I guess I could bolt it up to the bench, but that would put it really low. And I mean, this puts it at the perfect height on this particular bench, which is about average size, heavy duty, which I made myself. It's not that big, but I mean, it holds up really good. There is no movement on this machine at all. I look at some videos on YouTube and you can see the guy pulling on it, and you can see the whole machine, you know, flopping back and forth, and I don't see how you can get a good feel for anything. So in my opinion, a solid, rock solid bench is a must. The deluxe kit also came with this ball bearing handle instead of that ball. This is really nice. The ergonomics on this setup is as good as it gets, in my opinion. Did a really good job. I've made a couple of modifications. One of them is, you know, keep the primers from flying off. Put a little bit of duct tape right here. I also put a 45 caliber case on my little weight here, on my little probe for the primers. That keeps them from hanging up. I don't have a problem with the small primers. It's the big primers that hang up once in a while. This is the primer alarm. Warns you when you get low, which is a nice touch. I also have a powder level alarm, which tells you if you're a little off on the powder, if you're empty, or if you double charged, which I know is kind of hard with some powders, but it's possible. You know, it's just peace of mind. It comes with these adapters for different calibers. This one is for it's a brass for a 45 caliber, and comes for all different calibers. You buy those separate. I think this machine came with one of them, and I had to buy the rest. Powder drop, really good. I can leave the powder here for days on end. It won't melt like some of the, you know, if you've heard online, some of these other the containers are made out of a certain plastic, don't hold up to the powder for some reason, and I've heard of them melting. Never had a problem with this one. Very accurate, especially with pistol powders, you know, small fine grained powders. Naturally, if you got extruded powders, you may have a small variation, but I mean, I haven't had any problems with it, and I've used Varget and some of the other extruded powders on it, and then, I mean, it's pretty much right on the money. Pretty good drop. Comes with a larger block here that you can drop up to 55-60 grains of powder for the rifle applications. So works really well. Another modification I did was this little tie strap. The problem I was having with pistol cartridges, being that they're straight walled, was down here on the sizing die, decapping sizing die. It wouldn't index. It would hang up right here. The cartridge would be just a little bit off. I would have to reach around around with my finger and help it in about every 5th or 6th round, which is, it's not good because you may get your finger caught in there because it's at the bottom, at the top of the stroke actually. So it wasn't a good deal. So what I did is I removed the locking pins. You see that other pin is missing right there, and I put this tie strap around this stud right here, the sizing die, and around the powder drop adapter. And it's not so tight that it doesn't allow it to float, because it'll float. See, you can move it. But initially the problem was that it wasn't getting in far enough into this groove. It wasn't getting in far enough, and it was messing with the alignment. Now I don't have any problems. I mean, they don't hang or anything, they just go right in. So apparently it's just an issue. I don't know, it's a machining issue, a tolerance issue, but it's a quick fix. Just one tie strap, just put a little bit of tension on it and you're done. And the case drop works really good. Haven't had any problems with it. I bought, comes with 4 different plates for small pistol cartridge, large pistol cartridge, small and large rifle cartridges. So it's about 4 plates you can get for it. On the 300 Blackout, I've had to use the large pistol cartridge, believe it or not. The 300 Blackout, I guess the cartridges are too short, but I got it to work pretty good. I had to put a little, like a little guide up here, but I mean, it works great. I lower the guide and I can, you know, roll 300 Blackout all day long on it. Comes with a, well, this was part of the extra package here, was the Allen wrenches. They're really neat and use them all the time. Every time I have to break it down and, you know, swap out the blocks, the tool heads. And I used to be a Lee guy. I have here a 4-hole turret press that I bought probably about 10 years ago. And I have the single stage press. Pretty good stuff. If you're gonna load pistol, it'll do rifle as well, but if you're gonna do a few hundred rounds every once in a while, it's pretty good. You know, it'll work. But you know, you gotta pull this lever 4 times for every cartridge on this turret press. To make one cartridge, it's 4 pulls. On this progressive press, you pull this thing, every time you pull it, it spits out a cartridge. And so it's basically 4 times faster. I also have this Forester press. Works really good. It's kind of a weird design. It's got the little primer catch here. It's just a little plastic container. It's got an adjustable, self-adjusting jaws that hang onto the cartridge rim. These are reversible. See this one here, that one there. You just reverse this one and this one, and you'll have the small base for the 223 cartridges, you know, small stuff, 9mm. Right now I have the big ones on. These are for like 308, 30-06, 270, 45 caliber. The dies just slip right in. You buy these rings from Forester and you put them on your dies and adjust them, but man, it's just in and out. It's also got a primer. You can set primers up here as well. Comes with an adapter. You can do the small and large primers. I've never used that feature, but it's rock solid, man. This design is probably from the 1950s, 60s. I mean, I've seen some old machines and they look just like the day they made them. This machine I use basically for resizing rifle cartridges or making 300 Blackout cartridges out of 223 cases. I have a little saw, I cut them up and I resize them using this machine. Works really good. Also, I have here some tool heads for the 650 XL. They got the 5 holes in them. Work really good. I tried the Widden Gunworks tool heads. They're CNC machined entirely from a block of aluminum, where these are castings that have a little bit of machining on them. These are the original Dillons. I don't see them fitting any better. The tolerances are probably slightly better, but they still have a little play in them. Is it worth the extra 10 or 15 bucks? I don't know. If you like a cleaner surface, maybe. You can get them in also in anodized, in black, blue, gold. I don't know. I guess it looks good. Um, Here I have some Dillon case gauges, cartridge gauges. In my opinion, these are the best you can buy. Very nice stainless steel, very nice knurling. This I believe is a 30-06. This is a 308. Very accurate. It's 223. See the knurling on there? I mean, top notch. They're only a little bit more, but they're stainless. I bought some other ones from Midway USA. I bought a couple that were made out of tool steel from another brand, and within a few weeks, I mean, they rusted completely out. And I just said, the heck with it. I just tossed them in the trash can, and I just bought more Dillon as I needed them. But I mean, these are the best you can get, in my opinion. Okay, that's pretty much it. There it is, the whole enchilada. Well, let's do a little reloading then. All right, here we go. Reloading 45 caliber ACP rounds. And there you have it. Ben Harris signing out.